touched the gloves. He said, oh no, there's no padding there. The California State Athletic Commission did not catch that. Now, didn't we say in the Deontay Wilder fight that, hey, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission didn't catch it, then it must have been the case that he didn't cheat?
Those are the words of Fanon, part of the LDBC. He has of course, a channel on YouTube, and shouts out to him as he explains that Miguel Roman reportedly was caught with illegal gloves ahead of the Ring City USA fight. Okay. And some comments from Bobby Benton, who discovered the fault in the gloves, and promoter Lou Dugal. Bobby said this. He said, I'm not sure who's at fault, Reyes Boxing Gloves or Team Roman, but the gloves they sent had no padding in them at all. I will not let my fighters get cheated. Safety of the fighter is what they always say, but it's always the last thing enforced. At Ludabella, at Oshak, Oshak Foster. Okay. And Ludabella said this. He said, I know that I don't want promoters represented on site at Ring City USA, so I'm counting on you to address and fix this for us. Health and safety is paramount and won't be compromised. Thanks. Hashtag boxing, hashtag Foster Roman. Now, back to Fanon, okay? Fanon is making the point, well, and a lot of people said, well, hey, the commission catches the gloves, or the commission inspects the gloves, so it's not possible that you can be cheated, okay? And this issue is where they didn't do their job. This particular issue, they didn't do their job, okay? They're supposed to feel the glove, touch the glove, feel the wraps, touch the wraps, examine the wraps, and that's in charge of the fighter, okay? Now, Fanon is absolutely right. If just because you have people there don't mean they see everything. Not saying they have a closed eye, but what Fanon was comparing that to is he was saying it's a copycat cheater, meaning that, hey, Tyson Fury was caught in the same way. But here's the thing. No, he was not. No, he was not. And see, for the record, let me counterpunch Fanon. You can't say you felt those gloves or anybody else felt those gloves. These are images that's going around. You can't touch and feel an image. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. So to call that copycat, let's call it copycat of something like Margarito Cotto. But even these were, he was like, I don't know who's at fault, Reyes Boxing Gloves or Team Roman. But see, it's either one or the other. So it wasn't a fucking inswell or something like that, which, Margarito had. He had something extra, right? This didn't have any padding in the gloves, mind you. So they caught that because Mr. Benton was able, Mr. Benton, Bobby Benton, was able to feel and see, hey, you know what? There's no padding in these gloves. You're not using these gloves. Okay? And as a result, Mr. Foster knocked out Roman. Go figure. Just like Shane Mosley knocked out Margarito. See, that's a great comparison to this. Margarito Mosley, not Tyson Fury. And they're trying to tie all that in together. But you don't hold any weight, okay? Because Bobby Benton was on the team of Mr. Foster, Oshak Foster, okay? That's who caught that. Now let's continue just for a second.
JD's did not touch the gloves. He just looked at the gloves. In the case when...
Exactly. Do you guys hear what Fanon said? JD's did not, again, touch the gloves. He did not. He didn't touch the gloves, so he couldn't see if the gloves looked any way or which way or the other. But whose fucking fault is that? See, Fanon wants to throw it all on the commission like, hey, the commission, if they looking at it, could be right. I see where he's going. Good point. Fair play. But here's the counterpunch. That's what the coaches are there for. the extra oversight that they supposed to provide, being that their fighters going in there and risking their life on their watch. Counterpunch. Okay? So you have a guy that's supposed to be the manager and trainer of Deontay Wilder, mind you. And he just looked at him. He didn't touch him. But whose fault is that? And at the end of the day, just because it looks a certain way, obviously he didn't have to touch it if he looked it from plain sight. But what Fanon's saying is, hey, even though it might look a certain way, you have to feel it first to still make sure that that glove is legit or not legit, or something's wrong with that glove or something's not wrong with that glove. And what he's saying is the commission didn't do it. But he let the cat out of the bag, because what he should have been saying is, hey, maybe that's JD's fault too. Cool. The WBC commission didn't check it, or the commissions didn't check it, right? So if the commissions didn't check it, it's the fault of the commissions. Not only the fault of the commissions, though, it's also the fault of JD's, because he should have done his job. He should have further looked at those gloves, watched those gloves. And here's another counter for you people. If the man was cheating the first fight, why didn't you guys catch it till after he did it? I keep saying that. So it makes them look like total imbeciles and totally incompetent of doing their job, because they're not doing their job. And they didn't do their job. If Wilder was so convinced that he cheated the first time, he should have seen, what's wrong with that floppy ass glove? No, none of them Nimrods thought about this. Why is his glove flopping around like that? I don't like that. So the next time we fight this motherfucker, that's what we should investigate on and watch it thoroughly. Right? Does that make sense? But none of that was made. See, they were so busy saying, yes, Deontay, yes, Deontay, yes, yes, yes. They couldn't really examine and look out for their fighter, because they're too busy kissing their fighter's ass instead of protecting their fighter. Okay? And by the way, he was a pillow puncher. He didn't feel anything from Tyson Fury. So where was the extra horseshoe or whatever the shit was that he was cheating with in the first fight? Was he wearing his glove like he's supposed to? Hell no. Did the glove look weird? Hell yes, it did. But the thing is, it goes back to your team. See, the problem is, Team Wilder wants to throw everything on the commission, like, well, the commission's fault. No, it's your trainer's fault. Your / manager's fault. He should have checked that out. And like Fanon just clarified, he just looked at the glove. He didn't touch it. But Mr. Benton did. You know who else did? You know who else checked that shit out? Hakeem Richardson. God bless the dead. He was also one of those guys that said, you know what? No. Floyd Mayweather grabbed that glove. No, it ain't no padding in it. That's why he had disapproval. And not to bring him in, because that wasn't really the fault of that. He just didn't have any padding in the glove. He didn't wear those fucking gloves, though, did he? No, he did not. Maidana did not wear those gloves. But Floyd had to pay him, by the way, so we couldn't leave that out. I don't want him to just throw Maidana under the bus. Okay? It was a certain type of gloves, and obviously, those are the type of, these are Cleto Reyes gloves. Okay? These are puncher's gloves. So I don't know if it was from the manufacturer or not. So did he really get busted like Margarito? No, not exactly. But could they done something to the glove? Who knows? Right? It depends on how long they were along with the gloves to heighten that possibility of doing something with the gloves. You know? But if he did do something to the glove, he tried to do something that he didn't get away with. Justice prevailed. And I believe that justice would have prevailed in that fight with Tyson Fury, honestly. But but here's the thing. Maybe Deontay needed somebody like Bobby Benton, who discovered the fault in these gloves over in his team. But needless to say, he still has JD. So what the fuck is the progress in that camp and on that team? That's the question you ask yourself. Okay? So while Fanon's talking about copycats and this shit and that, well, the guy that he mentioned, JD's, didn't touch the glove. That means he didn't fully examine the gloves. That means you should be kicking him in the ass, counterpunching him, relaying the message to Wilder, you shouldn't have that man on your team. Because Fanon's just proving how irrelevant, or incompetent rather, that JD's really is as a trainer. Now, he could be a lawyer all day long. He could be a lawyer all day long. But as far as a trainer, he shouldn't be that guy. Maybe he's not anymore. Maybe Wilder decided to give that to Malik Scott. Maybe that position goes to Malik Scott. And if he does that, that would be better because, you know, Malik Scott's filled in. He's very good friends with Deontay Wilder. So I think that may be solved at the end of the day. But to call Tyson Fury a copycat to tie him into this, I think that's reaching once again. But go figure. The agendas live. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Fanon's statements about Miguel Roman. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys can counterpunch. Peace.